Hi, my name is Awiti, and this is Unspoken, the podcast. Unspoken is a podcast where I get to talk about self-development life topics and have sit-down sessions with different people with different impactful stories. You can listen to this podcast on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and other streaming platforms. We are also on social media at Unspoken Podcast KE on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and at Awino Awiti across all social media platforms. In this episode, I talked to Sandra Akenyi, a 25-year-old who got married while she was 22 years old. Sandra tells us how it is being young and married and juggling motherhood. She is a mother of an 8-month-old baby. She also talks about stability in marriage while young and some of the benefits and challenges of being married at a young age. So today I have Sandra with me here on the podcast. This is episode 26. So today I have Sandra with me here on the podcast. So Sandra, how are you?
I'm good.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, a bit nervous, but I'm okay.
Why are you feeling nervous?
It's just natural to be.
Yeah, of course. But welcome, feel free. Welcome to the Unspoken podcast. Welcome to the Unspoken community. Feel free, and I'm glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Also, Sandra, tell us a bit about yourself and what you do.
Oh, well, I'm Sandra. I come from Alendu, Rwanda. I'm married, young but married, with one beautiful little girl. Right now, I'm a businesswoman. Yeah, I have a cyber that I'm working on to get my living. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, so you mentioned, of course, the reason you're here. You're happily married, young and happily married.
Yeah, sure.
I kindly shed light on that. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking? Ama, you mind? If you mind, it's okay.
Not really. I'm 25. 25, I'm young.
Yeah.
I'm 25.
Oh, so I'm happy to have you here. So you spoke earlier about being married and being 25 and married. And this is the reason why we're even shooting this podcast. I was shedding light on people who are young and married. It's not like it's a bad thing. It's currently you've seen that it's a trend. Not like it's a trend. I don't think trend is the right word, but it has been happening. Happened a lot of times. Yeah. Currently, you're not the only couple. I was thinking about how nowadays people are so young and get married, and it's not like it's a forced thing. It's people who are mejinini, you have just agreed. It's a mutual agreement. Yeah. And people are even prospering, by the way. Sure. You're prospering. And you mentioned that you have a daughter.
Yeah,
apparently with the guys, I've seen the daughter. The daughter is so pretty. Wow, yeah, she has a daughter, a very beautiful daughter. And kindly just I want you just to break it down for us on how it has been, how the marriage life has been. When did you get married? Now that you're 25, when did you get married? At how old were you when you got married officially?
Actually, I've not been married that long.
Mm-hmm.
I've known my husband for quite a long.
For how long? When did you meet? Just give us the gist. Oh. When did you meet? Tell us the love story. I want to hear the love story.
Okay. All right. I met him when I was going for a swim.
For swimming?
Yeah.
Which year was that?
When was it? I think it's 20-something. Was it
2020? 2020. Where was it? Kisumu?
In Kisumu.
Mm-hmm.
I think the beginning of 2020.
The beginning, nice.
Yeah, the beginning of 2020. Actually, I was going through a lot by then. It happened that something happened to me, but I was not quite over it.
You had been in a previous relationship.
Yeah, I was at broken.
Yeah, I knew it. You had been at broken.
So he consoled me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was at broken, and something happened because there was something that I was so attached to. Actually, he was ignorant and he was learned. Actually, it was 30-something.
It's those learned and 30-something people who behave that way. Yeah.
This guy had the audacity to leave me in his house, go to another girl's house, impregnate the other one. So we were 2 girls pregnant.
What?
So if I call him, I tell him that I'm pregnant, he says, okay, just okay. And I do. So, it was a bit painful for me. It happened that I was still in college. Yeah. So when I was in college, I went through that phase alone. So when the time to when I was due, I was supposed to come back to Kisumu.
Were you kwani
I was in Eldoret. Yeah, with the guy. No, the guy was in Siaya. So just imagine the long distance relationship. From Eldoret to Siaya, and then I get pregnant. Now I'm in school. I'm going to school. I'm just fainting, falling. It was hectic. I'm alone in the hostel taking care of myself. So I had to come back home.
How old were you then?
I was
around 20 something,
21,
22.
Oh,
that was so young, yeah.
So I had to come back to Kisumu to deliver my baby. Unfortunately, with all those
stress... So that is still 2020?
Yeah. With all those stress, I gave birth as 2019, I think, 2019. Was it 2019? I think so, yeah. My first baby was a boy.
Oh, in 2019?
Yeah. But the baby was stillborn.
Was?
So I lost the baby stillborn. Yani.
It was a stillbirth.
Yeah, stillbirth.
Oh, sorry. So the
baby died.
So after giving birth. Phase. Oh, you gave birth and the baby had already died.
The baby had died. Stillbirth. The baby dies in the.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I think it was the stress that I was going through. Yani hizo kujiuliza mingi. When you call the guy, you need some comfort. You know, girls when you're pregnant.
Anyway, because you're most vulnerable, by the way. I get the most vulnerable.
So the guy was not there. You know, I'm in hostel. I'm an orphan. I need money to sustain myself. If I ask him, ananiambia eti kwani ulikuwa unakulaje kama sijakupatia mimba? Si lazima. So you know, I was thinking like, what is not happening? So you know, I had to hustle at a younger age to support myself.
And you're pregnant.
I'm pregnant. I'm in school. I'm supposed to pay my rent. You know, you don't just ask for everything. I was using help to pay my college fee. So I ventured into making liquid soap that I was selling. People were getting
that was in Kisumu ama Eldoret.
In Eldoret, in the hostel. So unajua watu wengi wanakuja wanachukua soap ya at least unapata kitu kama ni maembe. Unajua kama kuna ball, you need to eat a lot, unaona? Hizo cravings za food zina come to
you have like very awkward cravings.
Yeah, sure. So it was that way. So when I gave birth, my sister and my uncle in Kisumu, they were very supportive. They came. It happened that my uncle already knew. I told him that the guy was a bit stubborn. So akaamua ndio tusikuwe na shida, let me nikukatie NHIF, unaona, because sikuwa nimejua hata hizo vitu za linda mama whatever ndio tusikuwe na shida ama problem. Imagine after hiyo yote unaenda OC and you are giving birth to a stillborn, mtoto wako anapelekwa mortuary. That was the worst.
You lost the baby.
A boy, na vile napenda watu wa boy. Thank God alipea update. I have a girl now who is beautiful and very active, lovely. You've met her,
yeah, she's so pretty.
So it was that way. So in that period when I met my current boyfriend, my husband, my baby, you've not met him yet.
I've not. You're supposed to come with him. I told you to come with the entire farm.
No. You know what? Today I'm a bit busy.
Yeah, I get.
So I singe manage. Alafu angesumbua. So the guy was there for me actually. Alikuwa ananiconsole. Imagine niliacha kwenda church.
Yeah, I get, by the way.
I was asking, kwani God, where are you?
But how, just to briefly tell us how you were feeling at that time. You lost your baby, and then the father of the baby was like, no, he didn't care. Didn't even come bother with the burial, burying the kid.
He did not show up. Ajua hata mtoto wake alizikongo wapi. Mtoto tulipeleka kaburini tukazika.
He didn't even show up.
Show up. Kenya alifanya alituma tu pesa mochari.
Wow.
Mtoto muende. Imagine the audacity the guys have.
That is so sad. It
was so wicked, by the way. Very wicked. People kufanya madem hivyo.
Yeah.
But I thank God boy wangu alinitoa out of that.
I like how you're saying boy wangu and then you're blushing. Tell us now. Out to the third part, now give us the love story about how you met your husband, your current love husband. How you met now after burying your child. Now you're depressed and then you found this man out of nowhere. Mnyaka relief of your sorrows.
Imagine. Hiyo siku nilienda swimming. Imagine hata sikuwa nimemwangalia face.
Yeah.
So, imagine naingia hapo pool, hata pool unaona compound ya swimo. And then I'm looking at this guy in official, amevaa vizuri, unaona? Outside nyuma yake nikasema napenda nyuma umse.
That's the back.
Imagine the back. I got attracted to the back. So nikabwangalia and it happened that alikuwa na seduce msichana mwingine hapo, unaona. So nikasema we are off the market, let me leave them, unaona.
Yeah.
Kumbe yeye pia kalininoki unaona na semi sana najifanya na huyu later on anakuja kuniomba namba na anambia please I'm off the market hata mimi niko off because umejua I was so sijui nisemaje sikuwa na believe in men now
you are like
nasema huyu pia atakuja ni at break unaona but ali come but ali go through a lot yani kosa nioe imagine you went through a lot because I was bitter ile nyemto anakuja na kuambia I love you naambia get out just go what are you saying unaniambia nini unataka nini you're not my type na imagine he endured all of those until now hadi tukafanya harusi
you did an official wedding wow, when was this how long did you date until you decided like this is the one I'm settling with
2020 tukafanya harusi saizi ikifika April this year second tutakuwa na first 1 year anniversary marriage ile ya official
nice and you did a church wedding wow
church wedding
so you dated for like 9 months whether is hearing you dated for like 9 months
hapana 9 months wapi harusi yetu ilikuwa last year
harusi ilikuwa last year 2022 when
we met 2020
2 years that is close to 2 years that is so dope. I didn't know but they did like an official church wedding.
I'm a married woman.
Yeah, officially. Wow, that is so nice.
Officially taken.
I'm so happy. I'm so glad to see this like young. You dated, you went to the courtship and even dated and did a church wedding and now you're like having a baby. Like that is so nice. Speaking of the baby, did you plan? How old is she now?
She's 7 turning 8.
8 months.
17 of the next month. Atakuwa 8 months.
Oh, nice. So, like, wow. Did you plan to have the baby?
Me personally, I wanted a baby. Because, after, ukishapoteza mtu hii, you just need something. You want to replace your baby. Because me, what I wanted, after the relationship, I wanted somebody that will not leave me, you see? So, I planned my mentally, whatever, nikasema, I want a baby. Mtoto wangu nitakuwa na yeye hata babake akienda mahali nitakuwa na yeye nikilia na mhug tu ana comfort when I see her there I just feel happy. Me I wanted a baby but him pia alikuwa anataka a baby. Me I wanted a boy. I wanted a boy. But him alikuwa anataka a girl. By the way he settled for a girl. Yenye tulienda scanning tukapata the baby was a girl. Eti mtoto ni mdem. Alifurahi. Nasema hebuku. Can you just stand?
I hear it's easier with boys, ama?
No, I don't know. Me, I just love boys.
But she's pretty. Just be happy. Be glad she's a girl. She's so pretty.
Yeah, I love her.
Ukimwona tu guys, if you see that baby, you'll have baby fever immediately. So that is so nice. So like, did you move in together in the midst of dating? When did you move in? Did you move in together after marriage or before marriage? When did you start living together officially as a couple?
Pastor wako akisikia hii ataninyonga. We moved in together before marriage. Because there were a lot of things my husband was going through. Penye alikuwa na stay huko kwao, he had some little habitual challenges au wanapatana. So the treatment there haikuwa poor and my husband did something
in his home. Kwao.
Ushago kwao.
In the village.
Husband wangu ni mtu mwenye umjua ukimfanyia kitu ananyamaza. So I saw the maltreatment, mistreatment, nikasema no, this is not happening. Nikamwambia no, you have to look for a house. But then we started from a humble beginning. One day nikipata kama mtu anakuja kwa husband wangu, nitakwambia hey, go and listen to that podcast.
Listen to this pod.
And when you started.
Wow. That which year was that? 2020 still ama 2021?
Before marriage. Hata sikuwa na job imagine tukimove in.
Where did you start? In Kisumu?
Yeah, in Kisumu tukatafuta hao Nyamasaria. Kutafuta hao tuna hata pesa kuilipa. Tunaingia kwa nyumba bila hata mattress. Naambia landlord tutakusort. Okay. Tukatafuta dough, tukauza soap. Alikuwa anisaidie ku deliver.
So you started selling soap as a way to earn income.
Imagine.
The husband akuwa na job?
Akuwa na job but he knows how to drive but driving license yake iko imetoka. So by angeza drive apeleke watu hizo manini apate doa kuje. Yani something ninapenda nayo husband wangu umejua nini? Si mtu anakaa. He has a lot of skills. Unaona kama ku drive ana drive. Hii pikipiki anajua kuiendesha. Hii tuktuk anajua kuiendesha. So ni mtu mwenye ikishindana yani kikiumana anazaenda afanye something bring something to the table for his family unaona. That is what I saw in him. Nikasema hapa tuwezi struggle tuwezi suffer hata kama ni meme tutapata kitu tukule unaona. So when we moved in we didn't have anything. Tulikuwa tunauza soap. imagine my first job, ile job unapata ya kwanza, and that job nilipata kama niko pregnant. Unaona hizi first trimester vile kwanga hard.
Yeah.
Was kwenda kufunza shule nyingine hapo kama head teacher. Imagine mimi nimekuwa head teacher.
Which school was that?
Preschool, inaitwa Juniors Academy huko Sandra na Kisumu. So I was a head teacher in that school. I used to do everything for that guy, the director. The director alinipenda by the way, kazi yangu ilikuwa poa. Yaani alikuwa anakuja napata kama everything was there, but the pay was less, unaona?
Yeah.
So pay, imagine when you're the teacher and anataka kupatia 5,000 because just you just want to pay your rent.
You have to survive.
So nikakaa chini nikasema, "Hey, 2 months I've been teaching in this school, sijalipwa. I've been using my money." Kukaa chini kucalculate naona it's my fare. Yaani nalipwa fare.
Kama you're working for the transport basically.
Yeah, job. I don't know how to quit a job. Kuna tukwambia mtu eti you know what I want to be coming, I'm quitting. Ni ngumu kwangu. I don't know the formula. Mtu akijua please tell me. Mimi nilitoka tu nikamwambia I'm going to say the Attorney General na hivyo ndio nilienda, but I was going for another interview. I got a job again. The pay was a bit well. Nikafanya hapo for a bit quite. Sikufanya sana for a long time. Then I was released because I was pregnant and I was planning for my wedding. So tangu hiyo time sikupata.
That was last year, 2022.
Yeah. We are in 2023, sindio? Yeah. So with that pregnancy, imagine, na job, na masters, na whatever.
You're but still, at the moment, you are still, at that time, you're still living in Yamasaria.
Yeah. You are paying rent, food.
There's a baby on the way.
Imagine. It was hectic. It wasn't easy.
Your story, you mentioned that you were an orphan. So did you have anyone supporting you? Maybe the boys' parents, were they there supporting you? Who was there supporting you?
The boys' parents.
It was just the two of you?
You know, nobody was supporting us at that time. Yeah, nobody. We were just struggling for ourselves, me and him.
No relatives.
But after marriage, my mom came through. Then his sister mamangu.
Your aunt, I get it.
She came through. She's been supportive to date.
Wow, that's so nice.
Anazaletea mtoi nguo. And my sister, that girl. Hata kama saa zingine tunapitananga, but she's a supportive woman.
So the husband, does he have his own parents?
Yeah, the dad died. Na kuna mom. But in that homestead, wenye boma ya, unaona, 2 wives in one compound.
Yeah.
So you know the drama.
The drama, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So now you mentioned that you officially even had a wedding. So how did both parties take it, from your family and the boy's family, your husband's family?
We had a bit of challenge during the nini.
How specifically process. How did they take it? Because both of you are young. How old was your husband when you got married?
My husband was 25.
25 and you are like, I guess 24, 23. Yeah. So 25 and 23. That is so young. That is still so young.
To him, he was very young. Yeah. But to me, at least mimi kama mwanamke, it's inappropriate to age.
Yeah, but it was still so young. Yeah. So how did maybe both of your parents, both of your families take it? Did they try talking you out of it, saying that both of you are young, you don't know what you're doing? Did they give you that talk like, I'm doing marriage. Marriage is so hard. You're so young. Did anyone talk you out of it, and how did they take it?
No. They did not try to talk us out of it. They were actually proud because what my mom was saying that, you know, nowadays mtu akipata mwanaume anataka tu ajifiche, aendange tu huko, lakini but for you people mmechukua step mkakuja,
took the step to go get married.
Imagine kwenda kwa mama ya msichana, wewe uko 25 unaambia mother nataka kuoa msichana wako. Do you know that
it takes guts. Jeez, kwanza with men of nowadays now masqueeze ati like I'm so young and making that decision even to do a wedding, like it was like that is a big step.
Yeah, my mom was very proud, by the way. I was proud of him.
Oh, so that is so nice. And were you prepared
for the marriage?
Did anyone prepare you for marriage? Were you
Nobody prepared
How
me.
Did you even decide? Did you maybe who came up with the idea, by the way, you or him?
No,
did he propose?
Yeah, he proposed.
Wow.
Do you know what he did? He told me like, you know what? I don't have money, but I need a matching outfit. And I told him, yeah, there's no problem. I can get that because I was working by then. So I contacted a friend of mine in Migori, akashona hizo manguo, nikamtumia measurements. Sasa mimi nikadhani tu ni za Photoshop na kuvaa vitenge. Akaniambia, hizi nguo to match na tukienda church on Sunday. Nikamwambia okay, no problem. Akaniambia, can you just call your sister wakuje waone church yetu vile inakaanga. Imagine I called my sister to my cousin. Kukuja na ito
in church.
Yeah, he proposed to me in church.
Wow.
Wewe atasema no. Hata kama ulikuwa na
if he even had second doubts, no.
Second. Yes.
Wow.
Napewa microphone niongee. My friend, I said nothing.
You proposed in church.
In church.
In front of, wow, that is, I need to meet, you should have come with your husband. You should tell other people. Oh, so that is so nice. So you mentioned now you're officially like, in April, it is a 1 year anniversary.
Yeah, April is our anniversary. We'll be at 1 year in marriage.
Wow. And how are you dealing with you have friends, society? People, do people even tell you, even up to now, of course you're already married, you're even celebrating a 1 year anniversary in April, do people still tell you, why did you rush in marriage? Why do people still ask you that? Maybe your friends, your inner circle, some people, you know the society, you just know the society and talking. Do people even still ask, you go somewhere, maybe like when I've met you today, you go somewhere and you're introducing yourself, my name is Sandra, I am married. Do you get that eye pulling, this small girl is married, this young girl is married, and did they ever ask you, are you rushing into marriage? Do you get those looks? How are you taking that? Maybe people asking you, why did you rush into marriage?
Actually, the only person who told me that I rushed was my sister. Because my elder sister, she's not yet married. So she was feeling like I was going to suffer in that marriage, and she was a bit against it, but she came to terms. My inner circles, I only have 2 friends, best friends. 2. That is Irene Mercy and Kawera Feni. Those 2, they can move mountains for me, But kuna marafiki zangu wengine that I used to have, wale ni watu wa kuja tunde tei, kuja tufanye nini. But they will never check on you. Ukiwapigia simu wanakuambia tu, siku hizo umenyamaza hata nguoleke, nitaki marafiki. But for them to call, they don't. So me, I gave myself time out. Nikasema, let me talk to those who are talking to me, take care of my family, because now I have a child who is keeping me busy.
Yeah.
If I get my free time, I can call them. Tunaweza ongea kama ni mwamisa na catch up hivyo, but they'd never call.
So maybe did you have friends previously before you even met him, or before you got married? Friends that you don't have now. Did you lose any friendships?
Yeah, I've lost a lot of friends
because of maybe you're married.
Yeah, wanaona ni kama huyu Simon Woleka. Sijui wanaonanga aje. I don't know what they always think. Because marriage is not something that is bad. It's ordained by God.
Of course, you mentioned you are currently 25. You got married when you're 23. And we know in those years when you're 23, that is your prime age. You want to explore the world. Do you feel like maybe you missed that stage? And how do you feel about it?
I can't lie about that. But there's a time. Sijui niseme, kuna times ni una feeling like, leo nataka tu ni party. I just need to go and shake myself. But my husband is saved, by the way, very saved. So mtu kama huyo uweze mrudisha kwa party. Mimi na yake sikuwa niko saved kitambo, but now I'm saved. Hata hizo mambo za pombe siku hizi hata siendanga. I just felt like I don't go to clubs. I'm just at home. Just spend cool times. But kuna temptations will come. Nakwambia you need to go. But ukifikiria, before we got married, there was a time I used to sneak. And you didn't know. There's a time alinijua, by the way. I just came, I was totally drunk. Sasa kufika kwa nyumba nikaanza tukupika. And I cleaned everything. That day I felt like I disappointed.
You mentioned how of course you have an 8-month-old baby to support and a whole household to support. So how do you support yourself financially? What are you doing what are you currently doing professionally? Maybe you and your husband.
I told you prior that I'm in liquid soap making liquid soap. And then I started a cyber. Nikasaiba kangu kadogo. Siti ni kubwa.
By the way, is it located in Kisumu?
Yeah, in Kisumu. It's in Alendu. On your way to Nairobi Road. Ona hii church inaitwa Vincentia. Just around there.
Okay.
Sasa niko na kasaiba kangu hapo kadogo yenye inanipatia ka income.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, can you say that there is less pressure when you get married at a young age? Because there's a point when ukifika a certain age, the society wants to give you pressure, your parents start giving you pressure, and even your friends, people around you. Can you now say that, of course you're already off the market, so can you say, is it safe to say that when you're married young, like you get less pressure? You avoid a lot of pressure?
Yeah, I'll say when you're married young, you avoid a lot of pressure, but actually me siwezi sema, I can't clarify that, because for me napata kama sina pressure, but somebody mwenye hajakuwa married, I think atakuwa on a lot of pressure because anatafuta bwana but we can't atuwezi kuascertain because hatujafika hiyo age kujua eti yes truly they go through that pressure ama they don't ama ni tu kusukumwa tu ama we can't just atuwezi tu isema but yani kuigeneralize but as for them yes maybe they are going through a pressure for ningeongea about my sister but let me just not talk about her.
You're not comfortable talking about her?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about life yake, you know.
Yeah, okay. So do you face any challenges being married young? Are there any challenges that you're facing?
Challenges ziko in marriage. There's a lot of challenges. Kwanza for me mwenye niko married in a polygamous family in a compound yenye tuna stay na wanawake wawili
currently
mmoja. Yes, we are at home tuko ushago sahi because hatuwezi ishi tao mtu hii ndio ni young sina job, the father hana job, tunajisustain tunaika kadogo tunapata. Yani saizi it's just from the hand to the mouth, unaona hakuna ile ya kusave. Ukijaribu kusave mtu hii kesho pampers,
you have to buy diapers,
pampers ni kila siku, chakula ni daily. So you know hakuna ile kidogo unasema let me save this for something like this ama nini. Pressure iko for me. Challenges niko nazo ni unaona being in that homestead, being in that setup of the house. Ile yenye kuna mama mkubwa, kuna mama mdogo and then there's no husband. Bwana alikufa unaona.
No, so it's just you, the two wives in the compound.
Yeah, the two wives in the compound. You on the other hand, you have your husband unaona mko huku chini. So shida zenye zinapatikananga. That's why I wanted to start a podcast on what young women go through unaona, young women in marriage because you find that what wana go through a lot. And then kuna hii kitu yenye ilikujanga sijui ni tabu ya kitambo tukiongelesha mother-in-law vibaya sijui utakuwa cast no but you just need an open space unaona to talk them out, to discuss them, space, to air them. Yani ndio you feel like you're not going through it alone unaona. Let's say for example for me my case tukiwa ushago unaona in that homestead in that setup yenye kuna mothers wawili hauna job. So yeye akona majikaki unaona you'll need him to support you unaona kama kupatia food. You find anakuambia pia tuna bwana yetu alikufa wenye wako na bwana watafute vile watakula. So you know it's like inakupatia mentality like you know what I can't stay here for a long time.
It's not even a safe environment. Yani, it's not a friendly environment.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of toxic by the way in a way.
Mentally whatever. We went through a lot. Kwanza vile nilikuwa na ball. I don't know what was happening. I don't know kama ni shida tu yenye the mothers-in-law wanakuanga nayo. Like there's something that nilimshikianga hadi wa leo. When I was pregnant, my husband was not there. Alikuwa ameenda I don't know alikuwa ameenda church ama alikuwa tao. The whole day. So you know there's no food in the house. I'm there, I'm pregnant. Hadi sweat inatoka. So when my husband comes anasema eti kwani amkumpikia hata chakula hata uji
he's asking the mothers-in-law.
And then his mother anatoka huko nje anasema eti kwani mtu yako na mimba lazima kule. Yani with the mother tongue eti ngamo wacho ni ngama ya chinya kachia unaona. So you know it hurted me. Ile ni fika kwa roho nikasema kama mimi anza niambia hivi and this is
and you're pregnant and you're so vulnerable, you're pregnant. That is so sad. That is so bad.
They put us through a lot. Yenye unaonanga tu eti hata kama unafanya job yani you ask yourself a lot of things. Unasema no it's not a safe space. Kukaa ushago you are not working, wanaona tu you are supposed to be giving them. Yani unaona vile saizi wanawake wanaonanga eti this is my son, yes he has a wife, lakini wewe mwanaume wangu, wewe kijana wangu, leta chakula, bring to my letea mama yako food unaona. Yani you're supposed to be giving, si eti you are taking from the mother. Yeye alishakufunza wewe umpatiane.
You're the one supposed to be
yani providing. You feel like yani kwani tunalaro huyu mwanaume. Mothers-in-law wanatukanga as if we are their co-wives unaona. So I'm passing through a lot of that at a younger age unaona. So nakuwa exposed to them unaona at a younger age. That's why nilikwambia hiyo story wana kushow.
You should start a pod on that. It is going to be like the pod. So like in that compound just the two mother-in-laws and you and your husband and the baby.
Yeah.
Those two mother, what do they do?
So wako tu hapo home actually they are there.
And what is it with mother-in-laws though? What is it with mother-in-laws?
I don't know, wanaonanga ni kama umechukua bwana yao ama they are god. Ukiwa tuna kijana wao. And then Una mtu akifanya the wrong thing, then uambie mother-in-law it, you know what, your son alinimess somewhere here and here, talk to him. Anakuambia mwanaume ako hivyo, mwachie nafasi yake. No, you are not supposed to do that. Wewe umekuletea issue kama mother-in-law, wewe ni mkubwa.
You're supposed to
please
from
help
a
me solve
perspective.
Sort it out, solve it. Si unasaidia kijana wako, I don't know what to say, mnakuwa kama endoje.
You're supporting them.
Yeah, you are supporting your son.
And instead of
mnaniacha nje as if mimi niko outcast na mimi ndo nilikuwa nimeleta issue.
The issue.
So yani unajaribu kufunika yaendelea
to cover it up. That is so bad. What is it with mother-in-laws though? Mother-in-laws huku nje. What is it with mother-in-laws though? Please, so speaking of motherhood, so how has motherhood been for you? But they say motherhood is a journey that no one ever prepares you for. Sindo?
Sure, yeah.
No one ever prepares anyone for motherhood. So how has motherhood been, being a young mother and married? How has the motherhood journey been for you?
At first, ilikuwa a bit difficult when the baby was young, because you know na that was the first baby of all day. You know na ule mwingine I didn't. Nilikuwa nimemshika. So you know, I was feeling like ataniangukia. He was very tiny and then with breastfeeding maternity fragile. Yani the first time umejua nini kwenda home after discharging, breast ilikuwa imeswell. Maziwa ndio inakuja na inazidi. So you know what I did? Nilipiga matiti yangu picha. Nikapigia sisi yangu simu nikilia na mtumia, naomba matiti yangu inapasuka. Matiti yangu inapasuka, inazidi kufura. So my sister told me ati hapana, it's normal. Just chukua kitambaa, jaribu kusuppress nayo ndio isiku. It was painful by the way. So your first time ya breastfeeding
the first 3 months I hear it's so hectic.
Si rahisi. So you know I didn't even know how to kuingiza nipple kwa ya mtoto. I was giving the baby the nipple alone. So it cracked. Ilikuwa na crack matiti yangu. Ile yenye unaona kama imekuwa kidonda. No? So kwenda OC naambiwa toa watu one. There are some nurses walikuwa wanishughulikia because they know I didn't know. And then mother-in-law pia hizi kuonyesha kozi yako huko juu. Hata mtu anaweza kuja na ilipata kama hizo times za election nitaka kufanyika, unaona. So nobody was amuyangekuja. But my husband alikuwa there. Hiyo time yote he was doing everything. Cleaning, asangana nisaidia kinye ilikuwa namshinda, sikuwa nampatia ni kuosha mtoi. Because hata mimi mtoi kuosha ilinishinda, unaona. So but by the vile time ilikuwa inaenda akaanza kuosha mtoi. Nowadays he does everything. Hata nilikwambia leo nilikuwa nakuja na mtoi amebaki na yeye.
Sana mtoi.
Sasa I'm at peace, ananipatia peace by the way. Doesn't stress me.
Also you can say the journey is getting getting better ikiendelea. That is so nice. So perhaps do you have any expectations
from
just expectations
in marriage,
any expectations that you want them to be met, any expectations? What does the future hold for you? What do you want?
Siwezi sema ni expectations sana to me, but ninaweza sema my outermost goal. I just want to build myself. First of all, before I building myself, is it kishapata job? I just want to
be stable.
Nitoke tu from that homestead. I have my own home. Nataka nikuwe na dala yangu. I don't know how unasema. And then I have my family there. Raise my kid and my family the way I want. Then I feel it's right for me. I don't want somebody akuje itaniambia hapana,
dictate how you are
raise mtoto even
to dictate how you are raising your child.
You had your time, you raised your own. Let me raise my own the way I know.
Exactly.
It's my own. Mimi ndo najua kile nilipitia when I was going through that labor. So nobody atakuja niambie it raise your child like this. No, I'm a parent now, I'm learning. Yes, nifunze lakini usinilazimishe nifanye.
Okay, nice. Awesome stuff. So since you've experienced this young and marriage stuff, you already even had a wedding, you're almost celebrating your first year anniversary in April, would you advise someone maybe your age to get into marriage at that age? Will you advise a younger version of you to get into marriage at that age? A young girl who maybe has met a boy somewhere at 22 and things are going well. Would you have advised them to take the steps you took?
Yeah, marriage is not a sin. Marriage is not a
sacred.
sin.
Marriage actually is very sacred.
Marriage is ordained by God. Ukienda usome kwa Bible utapata. I don't know the verse, but I don't know if it is Malachi or what. Marriage is ordained by God. Mungu anataka watu wafanye harusi. The purpose of God, by the way, I was so surprised and shocked when I was listening to somebody YouTube alikuwa anaongea about marriage actually. And then alikuwa anasema the purpose of God, plan ya Mungu ilikuwa ni kucreate watu ili afanye nini, ili ajaze the Russia's heaven, unaona. Yani yenye valileta Adam and Eve into earth, that was the first wedding, unaona, yenye malaika walishuhudia. So that's why aliordain marriage. Ndio watu wakishafanya marriage, wakishaoana, the first fruit yenye mnatoa, yani your children in marriage, muwaraise righteously, ndio wapate nini, wapate kwenda mbinguni. Yani Mungu anataka kujaza wenye alilose vile alikuwa ametupa nani, Lucifer. Me first I knew that Lucifer alitupa peke yake, kumbe alitupwa na malaika wengine. So aliluza watu wengi.
Yeah, that was the story. Yeah.
Anasikia alitupwa na watu wengi, so many people walikuja huko. So anataka kujaza nini? Kujaza watu huko. So marriage is not a bad thing. A young girl outside there, kama unataka ku get into marriage, what I can advise you, know your guy, jua wewe mwanaume wako, get into an agreement, don't rush. Mwelewane kwanza, yani take your time kumjua, cause ukirush utaona naona marriage huyu ni nani mzuri vile mnakuanga na inaitwangaje, cravings za kushika ball mkiona watoto wa watu. Usikue hivyo, learn him, know him, understand him, and then uta-enjoy marriage yako. For me, I'm enjoying my marriage with my husband. Hata kama ndio tunakuwa na first year anniversary, hatujakuwa na ups and downs ile ya kupigana, because umejua financially yes tuko na ups and downs because we are trying to have them, unaona. But don't let your stress ya kukosa pesa ulete kwa nyumba eti hata wewe uletangi. No, usiambie mwanaume tuletangi. Mpatie time yake atajitafutia. Sometimes wewe pia msaidie. Mwambie enda tafuta job hivi, enda tafuta job hapa hivi, lakini don't shout at him because you are providing.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you Sandra for gracing this podcast. I think that was a good session. That was like really eye-opening. I have learned a lot of things, by the way. You should start that podcast, by the way. Young people in marriage, because it is happening. It is here with us.
Yeah, it is
real and it is happening. And even as much as you're saying, as young people, normal people, you can even see young celebrity marriages. Kina nani, these YouTubers, kina Georgina Njenga and Bahas, ndio. That's why, and they have a baby just
imagine
like you.
Taking care of that.
There is the Watts family. I was watching yesterday about when I was doing my research about young people in marriage. I was watching YouTube, and there are a lot of people. In fact, people have commercialized it.
Yeah.
People have really even commercialized those things. There's a lot of young people doing it, and yeah, like you just put it in your words, like it's not a bad thing. Know your pastor, know your guy.
Know your guy.
Who's your guy? Know your guy, and just manze make it take time, sindio?
Yeah, take
time. So thank you. Any parting shots maybe?
Unafanya harusi lini wewe?
Wewe mimi niko single.
Usiogope, by the way. When the time is right, you'll do it. And now to enjoy, by the way. It was nice being here. I've really enjoyed. Na wenye mko in marriage, please tutaanza hiyo podcast yetu soon. We'll talk about more. Tutashare issues and yani we don't need only to share, tunatafuta the solution, unaona, to put them on place. But si ati uende upige mother-in-law wako tafadhali.
There's a lot to learn from your story. Yeah, sure. There's a lot to learn from your story, and I think it's worth talking about, because I told you earlier that I had invited at some couples here. I think they chickened out about talking about it. I think they are like they feel they're afraid, they feel insecure, they feel like maybe people will judge them, but no, it's a safe space. People are not judging you, but you're doing the right things.
You just
marriage is a good thing. Talk about it. So
talk about it.
For those who are listening, if you're listening and you are maybe scared about, you're a bit skeptical and scared about nini, it's about talking about it. It's not a bad thing. We hate to tell you, it's not a bad thing. So just do your thing. Maybe next time you can get the courage and even get on Sandra's podcast and talk about it.
Soon.
There's some, and you can even get on there and talk about it. So Sandra, thank you for coming here. Thank you for gracing this podcast. Welcome to the Unspoken community. Welcome to the Unspoken community. Thank you for coming to my podcast, and I wish you all the best in your marriage, motherhood. Hope to maybe speak to you soon. And next time when you come with the entire family.
I
want to see the baby. I want the baby here. So next, Aki, I'm working to myself to that. You guys, that girl is so adorable.
She's lovely.
She's lovely. Nakatai watu, an attitude. There's some babies who have attitude, by the way. Ukienda kumbeba anarudisha mkono hivi, anarudisha uso. That one of yours, she's so adorable. So wishing you all the best, and thank you for coming. Wishing you all the best in your endeavors as you grow your family, as you juggle motherhood, and in your business. No, wishing you all the best. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. It was nice.
Thank you. So guys, that was it for this podcast on young people in marriage. So I hope you guys learned something or two from Sandra. And I'm hoping to do this. I'm glad to say that this specific episode that I'm doing has been sponsored by APVA. APVA is called African Podcasting and Voice Academy. So thank you, APVA, for sponsoring this episode. I'm currently doing a series with APVA where they're sponsoring 5 of my episodes: podcast production, podcast design, guest design. So yeah, I'm glad, and thank you to APVA for sponsoring this episode. And I think I'll see you on the next one. Yeah.